please take the opportunity to get to know people you've never met before, find out about things you've never found out about before. Please do it safely, so just bear in mind what's going on outside, which is entertaining, but you know, it's not Wicker Man, you know, so let's be sensible.
Yeah, in the middle of the country, and then
What, darling?
Do stroking, don't scrub.
Well, I'm getting in all the crevices at the moment.
the main street.
Yeah, I got it. This is just and what comes out.
Wait and see how this goes. I'm probably going to drip it more.
Alright, okay.
Can I use that? Is that
No, that's in the raku floor and wait.
Just a little bit easier.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying to decide between that. Oh, I know. Right, let's dip them. So now that's going to have. Oh, okay.
Don't do two then. And I've had about 6 months because my husband, although it's fairly smooth.
Top table.
What about that? I think that might be very
No, she said if you get it too thick, then the glaze might take it off as well.
So do you have to put anything else on top of that?
No. Well, yeah, this is the first time I've ever done it, so don't take anything I say, don't take as gospel, because I really have no idea.
Well, I had quite a chaotic last couple of weeks, so my what I brought is
testing this. I do at least
Really full light too. It is lovely.
Okay.
And I'm standing in the light as well. And because your pot is darker, it won't come up white. I had the wrong glasses on and I got a split through my finger, which is not helping.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm just trying to
That's all right. Beautiful rainbow.
Really established potter already, I think. We did it last year, yeah, it was really good.
It's good.
Yeah, it was.
Plucking up the coach is such a lot of money, isn't it?
The colour glaze is here. So you've got the
once, a potter's second web.
all at the bottoms are wax.
No, I'm just wondering if it needs another layer.
So do you want
Wipe your bottoms first, really important, and secondly, if you have resists tape, take the tape off, because it'll just go into a nasty, messy, sticky, horrible mess on your pot. So take your tape off. If there's any glaze on the tape, it pops off onto my kiln shelf, and I won't be happy.
Okay. It's very lumpy, just to warn you. Excuse me, can I just grab a little bit of this? What is that? It's wax resist.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Oh.
I wish I'd known that.
And latex, yeah. And there was a
What's the difference between latex and wax?
one peels off and one burns
So
off.
for the bases, we're just using wax.
This one, yeah.
For that?
Well, no, that's the cleaner.
That's the clean.
That
This
one,
is
yeah, I
the
think so.
clean,
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
You sound about as knowledgeable as I am.
Blind leading the blind, I think, isn't it? So you're not just doing the base because you're keeping the glaze off the top edge as well.
Well, I want the top edge to be black. That's the theory.
This is already sounding a little bit advanced to me.
No. I've never done this before.
I believe you.
5 to 7. People 5 to 7. We're almost ready to take your pots out.
So over there, and you get the.
I'm hoping to raku with these.
I'd like to do something with them. They've been on my shelf for 2 years.
Hang on, what's on the other side? Crab. Crab!
So we go back to the door number 6. Come and call your number.
So this came from the flame, and you can see smoke, copper, and this is the metal volatilizing in the heat, in the firing. So you don't have to do very much. But there's iron there. Further along we've got seaweed, we've got the aluminium foil, there's string, and there's copper. The copper wire, where it's touching, will give you a little thin black line with a little halo. It tend to be curved, so getting the copper to touch is
Copper flashing, isn't it? It's more flashing with the
all
copper.
about doing what you fancy, throwing it in and see what happens.
And this is just one pot.
Trying to control it. And in the firing, there's no guarantee which bit will get what.
Are you putting pots in?
Leave that on. Don't do anything.
I didn't know it.
Just so you know, there's another little extra hole there. So Alison has just given me.
What's that pot number 4?
Maybe I'm not.
Throw your wrap on your.
No?
Once you put these on, then you're totally used. You can't pick anything up.
Yeah, these are terrible. Probably a couple of minutes. We're
Very exciting.
30 degrees short.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine. Put it on the small.
Wow.
Working on it.
Depth of wood, a depth of sawdust to give a base, then layers of work with sawdust all the way up. So there's a big cake, layer cake, and then wood on top, and then we set the wood on fire, and then kept on top adding more wood
Oh, right,
so
so
that the
you
whole
didn't-
thing burnt down.
You didn't light it from
No,
the bottom?
it burnt from the top.
Interesting.
The holes at the bottom are to get oxygen in,
Yes. Yeah.
so that you got heat pulling up
There's some wax
and
and stuff
oxygen
over there.
coming down.
There's a couple of bottles.
If you don't have the holes,
Tim's got-
you have less
Tim's got
oxygen
more
at the
food.
bottom, so the temperature's cooler.
The ones I did for you.
If I need a champagne.
I'm the kills. I'm in. Left on my own. Okay. Yeah, right. Oh, hang on. Are you on top of that as well? Oh, yeah. I think you know who it is. It looks like that. It didn't work. Right. I haven't got yours on there.
Put it on now because it does melt again.
You do the first one. I'd leave it less than 10 persons. You're going to need to be probably better off having your food up in the middle. In the middle there. Where do I do it?
11,
Okay, look, you just need to cool it a bit.
Brilliant. Let me in a minute.
Do you want to blow on him?
So we'll be doing it.
With this on? Do you want to
Yeah, I've got forward as well.
Then, what about the pond? You want a bit of a... Too much flow. Glass them in here then, yeah? This is reduced. Oh, it's a bit. I'll put the lid on.
This is the low reduction environment. Yeah.
Our first demonstrator is Mel Chambers, who many of you will know, and her work combines and uses the ancient technique of encaustic tile making, which is carving a surface and filling it with a coloured slip and scraping that away to reveal the design underneath.
Well, firstly, thank you very, very much for inviting me here. It's a great honour to be here. So obviously when I started, I had to think of a name for my company, and I've always loved the word alchemy. So I thought, well, I'll have a look and see what alchemy actually means. Not quite really appreciating why I liked it so much. So when I looked up the definition, this is what came up. So it's any seemingly magical process of transmuting ordinary materials into something of true merit. And everyone in this room does exactly that. You are all alchemists. So I'm very, very tidy as I work, but also it means that all the clay that I take out, I can recycle and reuse. And it also means I don't have lots of little bits of clay all over the place.
Have you got the transfer on there?
No, this is all done freehand. So, and I don't, when I'm doing the the tiles. I don't always preempt what I'm going to do. I kind of just do what's in my head at the time. Sometimes it's the image that I want to work with, and sometimes it's the words. I generally will always do the image first and then allow the words to flow around wherever they want to go. So I don't tend to preempt it too much. So basically each tile then is sort of carved more intuitively. And I literally just work with the clay and let the clay decide where it's going to go. Now you'll probably notice that I'm constantly cleaning the tool, because if you've got any clay build up on there, it's going to drag. So I'm just very conscious of where I lay my hand. Sometimes it'll be upright, sometimes it'll be lower. So are you all keen to give this a go when you get back to your studios? Brilliant. Did anybody work out what it said? So that one says, wherever we are, it is our friends that make our world. Brilliant. Right, so this is the dark blue. So I've got a bamboo brush, and then I'm literally just tickling it in. Obviously I don't want to go too heavy and damage all that carving that I've just done. So it's just making sure that it's in every single nook and groove all the way through. So the second colour is the lightest blue. So I tend to go from the darkest to the lightest to the mid, and then whatever last colour goes. They're easy to work with the stains, but at the same time you don't quite get that depth and vibrancy that you do with an oxide. So with this particular blue, this is just varying degrees of cobalt oxide with white slip. And as you can see, it's done completely randomly. It's just drizzled on. So, in theory, this is what it should look like a couple of days later. Right, and then again, I'm firm but gentle. I know that sounds a bit contradictory, but I need to be firm enough to get that dry clay off, but at the same time, not scrape away the image. Now, if you've got the consistency of the clay dryness right, then this part should be relatively straightforward. If the tile has got too dry, then it will start to flake, and then you find you have to do more repair work afterwards.
Thank you very much.
Please don't forget that Mel has some work for sale, because she doesn't really want to take it home with her.
Can you take your pots out?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want that. Well, I've copied it. No, I'm just going to do this one.
Say again?
They're not performing very well. Okay, smoke down, okay. Now we are going to...
Was I right? Oh. Can you hold it yet? It's too hot.
Yeah, it's good.
You would spoil your day. That was your mix, wasn't it?
So 15 minutes with your 1 kilo clay, you've got to throw the tallest cylinder, and we will be measuring these cylinders. So, are you all ready? You've got everything that you need. Got your clay. You know where all your tools are. On your marks. Get set. Go! Well, you're doing well, you're doing well. So, your heart's racing. What's your heart doing?
Yes.
Okay, oh look, doing well here. We're actually starting to make a hole in the middle. Yeah, 3 seconds left. No, honestly, you've got plenty of time. Well, I can see a clear lead. What's your name?
Helen.
Helen is clear lead at the moment. Very good. Oh, lovely. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is beautifully thrown. Get up to the stage here. This has got a lovely straight sides. That's gorgeous. And that is, am I going to do inches or centimetres? Centimetres. We have 100 and... no, that's millimeters, isn't it? 12 and a half. Well done. This one is not bad effort at all. It's 14. And then this one here, it depends which side of the pot, I know that. And that's 15 and a half. And then finally, look at this. Ooh, this is 20. It's almost 21.
Where should I pop this one then? So if you take it to the left. Oh, fine, okay.
potentially.
Find a good doll after a while and all
Gosh, that's worked well, hasn't it? Is that yours?
No, it isn't.
Hello.
I'd like to say hello to Charlotte.
Oh, right, okay, let me see. Yes. Scavengers, play, rock minerals, this is what happens if you leave a pot lying around in the garden. Yeah. And he's forgotten, you know, and every now and again you go find one. It's difficult to give up. So that's how you got those are worse than this one. You guys can bring to life. Depressingly, it probably without
There are some fabulous pots there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right, so we're going to use this. Compression, tension, and shift. So there we are, got it on there, and then I'll just ruffle it. I'm going to take it off anyway. You know, I'm going to cut it off when I've made it, and then I'm just going to. I'm not rolling a coil. I'm sort of squeezing one, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like. What I've got to do is I've just got to trap the air inside. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating the very basic. And I want to just trap air, really. Don't try and hurry it up. Do everything slowly. And I've not finished it. I haven't finished his legs. It's a sort of generic cockerel. I think it's Tottenham Hotspur. That's very nice of you. Right, before I cut his head off.
I thought you rang the neck first.
So I'm not going to do it the same place. I'm going to take it a bit further down. This is just a little slightly wet. So I'm going to cut off his head. Oh, no, I'm not.
I can't look.
I'm going to cut off his tail. That's better, right. You can see that I've carved it down and I've stuck it back on again, but I've got this little bit that's that needs carving away, so I can carve that away. So I'm going to cut this. So I'm going to cut it in half again. So I'm going to carve all that out. But I'm going to pretend that I've carved it out and I'm going to stick it all back together again. So now we've cut it all up, we'll pretend that we've carved it out. You're good at imagining things. We're going to stick it all back together again. And it's very heavy, but it shouldn't be. It should be all dried out and beautiful, but we haven't got time, so. Because it's just... Don't fall asleep.
That's right.
Martin was at a talk I did, a history talk I did, and I think most people went to sleep.
No, we woke up eventually.
Van load. And then... So there we are.
This sort of stuff is absolutely fascinating and not something you see on every street corner and every pottery show. So really, thank you so much, Maggie. It's absolutely brilliant. I'd like to thank Karen for all our hard work in organising the demonstrators, both Maggie and Mel yesterday. Because everybody's going to start going in all sorts of directions now, I just want to sort of wind up the weekend really. First of all, again to thank everybody and also to thank John. Please don't forget to take your pots away with you.
Huge thanks to you all. It's such a joy working with you all. It just makes wonderful. So thank you all so much. The person who hasn't had thanks is Martin. Yeah.